From the popular tried and true to unknown hidden gems, this is your guide to all things local, the LA Unscripted way from the African American Firefighter Museum. Firefighters take a pledge to selflessly serve the community. And while these first responders put their lives on the line to save ours, we honor Black History Month from this empowering LA landmark on South Central Avenue. Now, as the Pacific Palisades and Altadena look forward, we take a look back at these special SoCal heroes.
This photo is amazing. We are standing in this spot, but this was 1928, right?
Yes, it is. This is how the museum looked in 28. They got here in 1924. And so you can see their firefighting equipment. They had a hook and ladder truck here where the guy steers the back, the tillerman. And there's 2 engines right here. This is a crew of the A shift. All 13 of the guys here. The African American Firefighting Museum is housed in old fire station number 30. Which was one of 2 segregated fire stations in Los Angeles between 1924 and 1955. The station was built in 1913, so it's over 100 years old. It's also a local and national historic landmark. And it's one of the first freestanding African American firefighting museums in the nation. So we've been here since 1997, and it's strictly volunteer and donation driven. And we house the artifacts of the pioneering Black firefighters of the 50s that went through the integration of the fire department, and also those that came before them. And so this is a location where we celebrate that achievement of integrating the fire service, of showing how diversity does work, and perseverance. And so it's a storied museum. It's more of a story. We're not so much a firefighting museum. We have an antique apparatus down below and hose wagon, and that's good, but it's more of the story of the humanistic standpoint of perseverance that these men had to endure and hang in there to integrate and show that they were just as worthy as their counterparts to be firefighters serving the city and county of Los Angeles.
One of my favorite things in this museum is all of the old photos. They are just so cool, and you could tell they tell such a story.
They do. Now this picture right here is interesting, taken in 1929. Now if you notice, across the street from us is the old Coca-Cola bottling company. Well, every day the rookie had to go across the street and he was given a case of Cokes. In those days the crates were made of wood and all the bottles were made of glass. And you better not drop any bottles navigating the streetcar and all the traffic. And so here are the guys drinking their Cokes in front of the station. Most people don't know this, and I didn't know it till I went to Chicago, Illinois. So in Chicago, the pole comes from there. In 1878, a little before that, there was an all-black crew at Engine 21 in downtown Chicago. One of their firefighters actually slid down a binding pole they used for storing hay. And when they did that, they go, hey, we got something here. So it was invented by Black firefighters in Chicago.
Amazing. All right, this is extra special because do you recognize this name? This is yours, right?
Yes, it was. When before I became a firefighter with the LA County Fire Department, I was an Explorer Scout in high school, and I acquired this coat. And when I became LA County firefighter, I sent to the LA County Fire Department on there, a little fire in the red. This is LA history. This is part of LA's African American history, which is also Los Angeles history. I mean, we're talking about over 132 years of service. Because when people think about Black firefighters, if you ask the question, when do you think the first Black firefighter was hired? Most people say, oh, the 60s or maybe the 50s, maybe the 70s. Well, nah, try 1892. They're like, what? Oh yeah, and there were 2 guys in the 1890s. So people didn't know that. So this historic Central Avenue corridor where we're located was the hub of Black LA. You know, there's a lot of documentaries been done on Central Avenue, and so we're on the avenue itself. In fact, the older Black firefighters said they used to call themselves the Central Avenue Fire Department because they can only work at 2 stations on Central Avenue. And so there's so many stories, and stories of joy and triumph and perseverance, and we want them to come learn about that.
And you know, the museum is more than old artifacts, it's an experience. And if you go to their website, aaffmuseum.org, you can listen to its new Blazing Trails and Breaking Norms podcast, plus learn more about the museum's special Black History Month presentations. Next, from fighting flames to feeding your soul,
let's head to the IE to order up some local love.
The restaurant business and where we are is really about the community, and I am happy to serve the community. A lot of people come in and they say, well, is it South Carolina? Where are you from? Yeah, we're from Rock Hill, South Carolina. Is it Texas? Is it, all of these different places? My dad moved here in 1956. I was born and raised in Riverside. So we call it basically the California barbecue, Southern barbecue with a California flair. Hi, my name is Benita Bratton, and I am about to reveal the best barbecue. Downtown Riverside, come to Graham's. I reduced the menu to the things that we really done really well. A brisket, we usually smoke our brisket all night. We use a red oak wood, a great pulled pork, of course the pork ribs, big beef ribs, barbecue chicken. I love fish, so we had to do great fish. We had to have fresh collard greens, cut up and stuff fresh every day. After my dad got sick, I had to get some healthy things on the menu, so I did grilled vegetables. Graham's Barbecue, we've been in business for 38 years. It was founded by my dad. I'm his oldest child. We opened up downtown Riverside, across the street from the Mission Inn. We were located there for 10 years, and then we moved here to the spot that we're in right now. Been here for 28 years. The name Graham comes from my grandmother, which is my paternal grandmother, my father's mom. And this is her when she was a young girl. So I took over the business from my dad. I've been in business for quite some time. I am in the process of letting my son take over because he does have a desire. And I'm really proud that it's going to be a 3-generation restaurant. The best moments with my dad, when I think about that, were very beautiful moments. My dad was a realist, but he really believed in the community. And one thing he would always do, I would sometimes come down here and visit him. He'd say, "What you doing today?" And I'm like, "Oh, Dad, I'm getting ready to go to the dentist." "Dad, I'm going to the dentist." I'm going to the dentist. "Well, where's your dentist at?" "Oh, my dentist is it's in Riverside and Arlington." "Well, what about that dentist around the corner here in downtown Riverside?" "Well, Dad, I'm not going to that dentist. I want to go." No. You got to participate in the businesses that are downtown Riverside. We got to patronize it, and we got to patronize them. "Well, Dad, I'm getting ready to go get I'm going to the shoe shop." "Are you going to the shoe shop around the corner?" No, Dad. No, you gotta go to that one. It's a great memory of my dad and him just being here, or when I have tough times and I need to make a decision. He was always there to make a decision, so I really miss him.
we are California strong, and this February, LAU lauds Black History Month from LA's African American Firefighter Museum. We'll be right back. Welcome back to LA Unscripted. I'm Dana Devin, and as we navigate SoCal's new landscape after the catastrophic local fires, we're observing Black History Month from the interactive African American Firefighter Museum. Joining us now is Brent Burton, museum historian.
We've seen the involvement of women firefighters, women paramedics. We've had 4 African American fire chiefs in the city of Los Angeles. So we've come a long way since those days of segregation, working at 2 firehouses. So we want folks to walk away with that sense of understanding that the diversity is real. We want them to know what the struggle has been, how it's been difficult and challenging to overcome these barriers and obstacles of segregation, and just changing people's hearts and minds, understanding that folks are human and that we have a place in Los Angeles here.
So what will you do to honor Black History Month? DM us your local ideas and tag us in any pics. And while our community continues to heal from the recent devastating fires, know LA cares.
and that's called Drawing to Music. And they were listening to a piece by Wagner, what he saw as he listened to the music.
And I said, Justin, what does this mean? He said, Mom, you could be happy if the sun goes up or happy when the sun goes down. So this is called Happy that the Sun Goes Up.
Who is Justin Carr?
My beautiful son. He was such a inspiration when he was born. I felt like the luckiest man in the world when he was born, and I was.
February 22nd, 2013, I get a call from his best friend's mom, and she said, something happened to Justin. And I just screamed, and she goes, do you want me to come get you? And I go, where is he? So then I called Daryl at home, and he flew to the hospital, and then I drove from USC to Van Nuys. When I got there, Daryl had heard the news before me, and when I walked in, the doctor came to me and he said, Justin died. I'm thinking he had like a head injury, he had to get stitches, but not death. And I just, of course, fell out. Called me in the mirror, and he had to have a mirror in class, and he had to draw himself. Man in the mirror, me in the mirror, kind of thing about how he projected himself out to the world.
His art means everything to us.
Yeah.
That's what we have left of him.
But it turned out that he had a heart condition, cardiomyopathy, which was a thickness in the heart. And sometimes the first symptom is sudden death. We're getting ready to run out the house after Daryl put the sprinkler on the roof, bless his heart, trying to save our house. And then he goes, I think it's Justin's art.
I'm huffing and puffing, and I says, I gotta do this, I gotta do this. The artwork pretty much filled up our SUV, and we really couldn't get much more, and we had to go. Everything burned. Computers, our art supplies, our medical equipment, my cameras. I got one camera, and that's it. Everything just burned. But I have a drawing that he did when he was 2, his very first drawing. Unfortunately, it got burned. When he was 4 years old, so I said, Justin, your turn to bless the dinner table. And this was his first time. He says, okay, Daddy. And so he started blessing everybody he knew. But at the end of his blessing was he said, and God, help us with world peace. And I had to sit back and look. I couldn't eat for a couple of minutes. So we started a foundation called the Justin Carr Wants World Peace Foundation, and with that, as Susan stated, that we do heart testing, we do art, and we promote world peace.
It's called Theme for English 3, after Langston Hughes. The instructor said, go home and write a page tonight, and let that page come out of you, then it will be true. I'm the only child, not one of 3. Just me.
I know it's hard, I had to let you go.
The kinks in my hair and the dark skin I wear connects me to the trailblazers who struggle to clear paths in order to make my journey easier. Then I look back at me, and what do I see? Not a rapper or a ball player, but a boy with dreams, goals, opportunity. Justin Carr.
You hold such a pure light. Well, I regret this. So many lessons, but I'm no stranger to ending.
Black History Month was created to bring attention to all of the incredible contributions African Americans have made. It honors all Black people from all periods of U.S. history. LAU is honored to celebrate the month here at the African American Firefighter Museum, and we have much more to come, so don't go anywhere. It's Black History Month, and LAU is highlighting SoCal spots to honor the meaningful time.
Now, our sponsors want you to know about this.
I want to know from both of you guys why you love working in the city where you were born and raised.
Well, my inspiration has always been from my mentor, Johnny L. Cochran Jr. As a Black kid living in LA, he was always someone that we looked up to because he was always fighting on behalf of our community.
Jamon, what about you?
Well, for me, growing up in the area, dealing with my own encounters with the police. Having friends that dealt with encounters with the police, it's important for me to be able to represent people that look like me, that sound like me, that act like me, and being able to fight for their civil rights.
I am proud that I am able to make life better for my clients one at a time. I may have been known years ago, 30 years now, for representing a football player who was charged with murder. We handle employment cases. That's probably one of our greatest, largest fields. We handle civil rights and all kinds of personal injury cases.
Got the largest verdict for a protester case. It was a young man who was protesting the George Floyd, Breonna Taylor. There were a lot of protests, and he was actually shot by a rubber bullet, and all he was doing was filming on his phone, on his cell phone. So we've been blessed in the past few years to have handled some cases that are meaningful, but also we were able to get justice and pay the clients as well.
I've known Jamon Hicks since he was a second-year law student.
I went to my evidence professor and said, I want to be a public defender, but I don't want to do molestation cases or rape cases. He said, you remind me of a guy I want to introduce you to, Carl Douglas. Now, I knew Carl from the OJ case, so I was ecstatic. The partnership came together later, and it's been amazing to see now him go from a mentor to now a friend and a partner. We've been partners now for 10 years, and we're expanding the brand and bringing new young attorneys on.
Terrence Jones, as a partner of Douglas Hicks Law, is one additional reason why everyone should be considering our firm. When he worked for years as an assistant U.S. attorney, he was in charge of doing wildfire investigation. I think it is so very important that we who have been here, who are connected, are involved, trying to make life better for the thousands of people who have been impacted by these fires.
We used to be in Beverly Hills, but we wanted to have an office that's right here on Slauson, easy, accessible, because we want people to know that we're a firm really for the community.
Know of another LA destination that rocks? Send us an email so we can send our cameras.
Now, our Olivia De Bortoli with some healthy vibes from our sponsor.
Dusk Till Dawn is the nation's first African-American owned urgent care and is started right here in the city of Paramount.
Community means family. Everyone that comes here has a sense of connection with my spiritual energy, which I believe a doctor should have. Dusk Till Dawn is a family-based urgent care center that started about 25 years ago. We made history as the first African-American urgent care chain in the United States. We're just proud to be part of the LA family. So when you come here, you have a level 1 urgent care, which means anything and everything that comes in this door can be treated. Black History Month, ironically, I have to smile. I have been placed in the category of my ancestors. So it's a beautiful thing to me to inspire everyone, not just the Black community, that you can still be anything. You just have to fight through your adversity and believe that that future is yours.
Talk to me about kind of what these awards are.
This is an award for community love and community service, saying what you mean to the community. This is my first keys to the city, which is from the city of Paramount, given to me by Mayor Brenda Olmos. This is the United States Certificate Humanitarian Award that I got when I was awarded from the NAACP. This also came as a humanitarian award from Karen Bass.
I love that. And then this is the most important right here, right?
Yeah. If I could say anything, it's the best award that God has given me.
We're always asked to go and help do career days, and very rare do they ever see like a mom and dad, a husband and wife come in and say, hey, we're both doctors and you can do this too. It's really not just about me and him, it's really about everybody.
Everything that happens to your life is a blessing. I was blessed with a child with autism. And when I got my autistic child, I saw the difficulty that was involved, not only in the school system, but the interaction with others. So I started the Colin Matthew Hands Up Award, where I give away $50,000 annually to families who have children with disability. The keys to the city of Compton came after Kendrick Lamar. I do free ultrasound testing during the month of breast cancer. So over the past 10 years, we've done breast cancer screening for over 800 plus women. We found over 175 nodules, which was possibly breast cancer, and these women went on to be treated for that entity. The turkey giveaway, to me, started after the first year my clinic became successful. I grew up in an environment where we couldn't afford a turkey. We had chicken. So it was chicken and dressing. So having a turkey was a luxury to a poor man from Mississippi. So I gave away something that I didn't have as a child. So we gave away 1,000 turkeys and we've never stopped. So many different certificates that shows that I'm more than just a doctor, that I mean something to the people.
LAU honors Black History Month now and all year round. Thank you to the African American Firefighter Museum for letting us go off script here at this historic destination. Where will we be next? You never know, but I'm gonna go down the hall!